Yeah. Did you get it?
Yo, 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 we are live. We are live. We are live. Hello, hello,
Hi,
hello. What's going on? What's
everybody.
going on? What's going on?
Welcome, welcome,
We are
welcome.
live in YouTube. So let me go ahead and share this out and tell these streets to go over to YouTube because we know everybody's used to seeing us on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to drive all of the views over to YouTube so we can get this rolling because Facebook's doing some weird stuff. It's doing some weird stuff and deleting videos and all these things. So we want to make sure that you guys get an opportunity to hear us. So as you're coming in, please join us. We would love to.
Live.
We are live. We are live. We are live. We're going to take just a couple minutes to let people come in because this is a new format for us.
And then also, too, as you guys are coming in, let us know how your day's been today. And feel free to share this video with some people that you think you can benefit from. Thank you in advance to all of you who have already shared.
Yes.
And continue to engage. We appreciate you.
Yes. Thank you so much. You guys are the real MVPs. The realest of MVPs.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for
Grateful
joining us.
for you.
Really appreciate it. Yes, we are stalling a little bit so we can get this out because it is again a different format. So live.
We are live on
gang.
YouTube.
We are live. We are live. Join us, Black people and the non-Black people. Everybody who joins us.
We're grateful for everyone who joins us, regardless.
We're appreciative of all of you.
Absolutely.
All right. What's up? How y'all doing?
Hope you guys are having an awesome day and you have just been really just enjoying your week. And then hopefully some of you will be having a longer weekend because of the Juneteenth holiday.
We definitely going to talk about Juneteenth for sure.
And then hopefully have been learning a lot with Men's Mental Health Month.
Mental Health Month.
And being real mindful about those men in your life that their health matters.
For sure.
Mentally. Just as much as it does physically. So definitely looking forward to our chat tonight where we're going to discuss, navigating privacy and transparency in marriage.
Yep.
But of course, tonight we are going live exclusively on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, so, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. But YouTube is the main space. We want to make sure we just give people an opportunity to get in. So normally we don't do this in the start of the podcast. We want to make sure we give you guys an opportunity.
Yeah, normally we kind of prepare you in advance, but this is just something new we're doing and trying with this new transition, the way that everything is going. So we hope that you guys will be able to just follow us over there. Feel free to click on the link that is pinned at the top of the page for tonight's show.
Hello, Lisa Mia. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate
definitely,
you. Shout out to our Kick family.
Hey, and let us know as you guys are coming in. I hope your week has been awesome. We're looking forward to talking to you and spending some time together tonight.
For sure.
So tap in and join us if you are seeing us here.
Oh, babe, I don't got the video. You said you texted me the video?
I did.
All right, I'll get that pulled up. All right, I'm going to pull this video up, and then we're going to get rolling. I'm looking for my mouse. There you go. All right. As you're coming in, please say hello. Even if you're watching on replay.
Let us know where you guys are watching from.
If you're watching on replay, still say what up, though.
And tap in and let us know how your week has been going.
For sure.
And what your weekend plans are. What do you plan on doing for either the Juneteenth holiday or this coming Friday? What your weekend plans are looking like?
What they're looking like.
What are they looking like?
You said you texted it. There you go. All right, I see it. All right. Copy that here. Put this over here. Pause that. Because you're going to start talking. I don't want you to start talking yet. Let's bring you backstage.
Oh, thank you, Mia.
What's happening, Mia?
I see that. She's a professional graphic designer.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay, that's dope.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for what you do. We appreciate you.
And thank you for letting us know about that. We'll definitely be sure to keep you in mind.
For sure. For sure. Thank you. And tell your friends to come check us out.
Yeah.
Pursuit of Forever podcast.
Thank you in advance for your engagement and for sharing.
Yep.
And spending time with us tonight. We're appreciative of that.
We do. We really, really do. All right. Need to take that down. All right, let's get it.
All right, let's do it. Hi, I'm Latoya.
Hey, I'm Rajan.
And this is the
Pursuit of Forever podcast. On this podcast, we recognize that forever is an aspiration, but achieving it takes intentional steps every day.
We're here to share our experiences in love, marriage, parenting, and so much more to help you build long-lasting, meaningful relationships.
Over the past 17 years, we've built a relationship rooted in love, happiness, and joy. We're not perfect, but we've learned a lot. And we're here to help those who are willing to listen and grow with us.
Whether you are engaged, dating, newly married, or celebrating decades together, there is something for you here. Let's talk about it.
All right. So make sure you guys are following us, Pursuit of Forever, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Twitch. In addition to our video elements, which are Facebook, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. So we're doing a little bit different this week than we normally do. Normally, it would be broadcasted live on Facebook as well as YouTube simultaneously.
Right.
But we're actually, due to some new rules that Facebook is actually putting in place, we are moving our content from Facebook over to YouTube. We know that's going to be a process. People just getting used to seeing us over here. But the goal is to really house our content here on YouTube. So thank you so much for those who are following us. If you've already followed us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X, Twitch, Pursuit of Forever, Pursuit of the number Forever on X. So, but everything else is just Pursuit of Forever, just spelled out. Please don't forget to also join the Pursuit of Forever group discussions and email list. I'm going to add that link into the comment section so you guys can go ahead and have that for your records as well, because we are going to be doing some pretty cool things with just that group. Also, if you really enjoy these conversations that we're having in the space that we create, it's an opportunity to find out when, to get notifications when we are live, which is every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. So
Eastern
thank you
Standard Time.
so much for that. I'm putting that link in there right now. So you have that. All right. Let's see what's next. Sorry.
That's okay.
All right, Toya, check in.
All right, check in. So, let's see. Personally, in the last 2 weeks, I think I've just been enjoying being alive, honestly. Just
All right.
not really doing anything specific. Kind of just enjoying being present in the things that are already going on around me.
Okay.
I did go through and write out a list of a whole bunch of different books that I wanted to start reading audibly. So I'm getting ready to start a new one tomorrow morning when I get on the treadmill and do my workout. So I'm probably just going to do just like the shuffle of the Rolodex and just pick one of those books. But a lot of them are like self-help. So super interested and excited about what I'm going to learn from that. Still holding down my Duolingo duels. I think I'm at day 297 right now. Still been doing that and kind of just trying to learn and engage my brain. Although I've read and heard from other people who speak other languages and understand other languages that it's easier to learn it if you immerse yourself in that. So I don't know. That's what's been up with me. What about you?
Well, of course, today is Wednesday. And the most important thing that happened, well, there's a few things that happened, but the most important thing I just want to lead with, is Father's Day. Got to shout out Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers, even though Father's Day is over. Father's Day should be 365. Shout out to the fathers really doing your thing. My Father's Day was amazing. My family did a great job of really making me feel special, loved, appreciated, all the good things, all the nice things on Father's Day. So I got great gifts. Toya knows I've been really getting into like making drinks and like different drink recipes and stuff. So she got me a drink recipe book as well as a slushy recipe book for like making like frozen drinks. And she also bought me the Ninja that makes the slushy drinks. So like smoke that. My girls got me Vari and Ariana, who are both away, got me colognes, very good smelling colognes. I actually have on Versace today, you know, little something like Versace. And I also got my daughter Tasha got me a hat and a book. Hey, Paula Tori, how you doing?
Hi, Paula Tori.
My Isis got me a license plate cover for my Niners license plate cover,
Bang, bang.
as well as Bang Bang Niner Gang. That's gotta be a drop. And then she also got me a hat travel piece, carrier. So I travel a lot, and people who know me know I wear hats everywhere, and it's always hard for me to pack my hats because I have to just throw them into a bag, which really is terrible for your hats. So I actually now have a hard case that I can fit about 10 hats in. I practiced it already. What up, Sam? How you doing? Sam, so I got some hats, so I got like it can fit 10 hats in it, so I can take up to 10 hats anywhere I go when I travel. Just put it in my suitcase, and now I have my hats with me, which is amazing.
Yeah,
very
they're
excited
protected,
with that.
so that's
And they're
also
protected. It's a
awesome.
hard case. And then I also got from Lore a set of headphones, not these headphones, but some headphones for when I go work out. That was dope. I'm gonna leave somebody out. RJ, Isis, Tasha, Ariana, RJ,
I think
Lore.
you got everybody.
RJ's just not here.
Yeah.
And RJ called me. And that's the other thing is I got to talk to all of the kids near and far on the phone. You know, we had a FaceTime with Isis and with Ariana and Vari on it for the family chat, which was amazing for Father's Day. And then we spent Father's Day building. I should bring the car down. Building a G-Wagon Lego set. It was really cool. If you're looking for something fun to do with your family, I definitely recommend Lego sets. My homeboy Chris says they can become addictive, so just be careful with it, I guess. But I loved it. It was like my jam. So
it was fun.
It was a G-Wagon. It took us about 3-4 hours to do it.
Yeah, but it didn't feel like it took that long
at all. It was really great. And we got to laugh and joke and just have a good time and take turns and just be a family. So that was fire. Father's Day was amazing. Also, Lowcountry Youth Services had its end of the year award ceremony, which was really dope. Josh, Ms. Palatoria is on here, so I may as well say thank you so much, Palatoria.
Awesome.
She is just an amazing mom in person.
Yeah.
She decorated that whole space. Of course, she had a little help from some elves here and there.
She did her big one.
But her and Zach, man, they had it rolling. And the babies.
Yeah.
You know, my guy Jace. I hope Jace is watching. Hey, Jace. It was just a great night. Shout out to we actually had the chiefs of police from city of North Charleston, city of Hanahan, as well as city of town of Somerville, who came out to be a part of it. We had elected officials. Representative Courtney Waters was our keynote speaker. She smoked it. Had a great message for the kids. The awards were amazing. Shout out to the mentors of the year honorees. Tanisha Slimpa, Mr. J. Michael Sally, who still doesn't know that he won because he wasn't there, and I haven't talked to him on the phone.
He does know. I saw he made a Facebook post that night, and it was a huge long post. He likes to make long posts.
Mr. Sally did?
Yeah, Mr. Sally did, and he was like, he found out because he was trying to get to the award ceremony, and so they finished the dinner, and he was trying to figure out how he was going to get from there to the award ceremony, and by the time he figured out, I guess, how he would be able to get there, somebody had sent him a picture of him on the screen.
Oh, wow.
And they said, he was like, oh my gosh, I won. I wish I, would have been able to be there because, he probably would have had a speech.
Yeah.
And all that
very
stuff.
long speech.
But it would have been a speech, and and we would have listened to
And we would have listened.
And we would have listened to his speech.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Sally. Love Mr. Sally.
Love
Mr.
you.
Sally.
Love you, J. Michael Sally. We love you, Mr. Sally. But yeah, so he is aware. And he did a really long
Post
speech
about
how he was like two things that meant the world to him, and he couldn't figure out how to do them both.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, no, it was fire. But I mean, I didn't see the post, so if you can just tag me in it.
Absolutely.
What up, Charvis? Yeah, man. I was so happy for him. Mr. Charvis is Mr. Charvis. Now you got me saying it. Hey, listen, hey John, you know.
Yeah.
But
We would listen to it though. We
Mr.
would listen to
Sally,
that speech.
Mr. Sally, just a brief aside. And it's not the podcast isn't about our my nonprofit, but Mr. Sally's been around since I joined in 2016. He was one of the first people to come on and become a mentor in 2016 when I came on board. That man is a stalwart, and he's had a year. He's had a year, and I was so happy because the mentors of the year are actually selected by the kids and by the other volunteers. And the fact that he won this year, it couldn't have come at a better time. I'm so happy for him. I love you, love you, love you, Mrs. Sally. I don't know if you're going to see this, but I just want you to know how much you mean to me and the way you've shown up for us as an organization, for us as a family.
Right.
Just who you are as a person. Thank you so much. We love you. I see people saying like, listen, Jarvis knows, love him. He's an amazing person. And John said a speech. Best believe it would have been a speech.
Yes.
For sure.
Speech of all speeches.
But shout out to Mr. Sally. And then we had the gentleman of the year, Mr. Carlin Gaston Jenkins. Wow, such a phenomenal young man. And even his speech where he thanked, his mom and his grandma for getting him to and from the meetings. And he's been in the organization, I want to say 3 or 4 years now. Just a great kid. I'm so excited. It's always a great award. But the Queen of the Year. These are awards that are voted on by their peers again. The Queen of the Year was our very own.
Our queen.
Our little queen.
Queen Isis.
We've called her Queen Isis since she was a little girl.
Been born, Sorry, y'all.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, that's
Big
listen.
ups.
And I want to say this because being the person that runs the organization, you don't get to pick favorites.
Right.
And I want to say this also. I have no let me see, somebody just messaged me. What did you say, Jarvis? What did you say, Jarvis? What did you say? You just sent me that. Sorry. I make sure to have no input on these awards because it's really easy for someone to believe that when a kid wins something or something like that because somebody picked favorites. Nope, those kids go through. First, they have to get elected by their peers to make be in the final group. I mean, to be on the listing. Then they have to get another vote by their peers to be in the final final 3.
Right.
And then the final 3 have to go before the board and do board interviews. Yeah. And so it's 100% on them whether they win or lose. And there's no skewing that I can do on it. And Isis was a finalist last year.
She was.
And she didn't win last year. And watching the way she dealt with not winning, with the grace that she did, with the poise that she did, she didn't pout. She didn't feel bad for herself. She just said, I'm going to try again next year. I'm going to do better next year. And so when it came to the point that she was one of the final 3, she was elected one of the final 3. She said, Daddy, I need to practice. And she practiced. She did. Yeah. She had interviews. I put her through it. Yeah. And she was ready. So
I feel like
really,
we both did.
Yeah. I'm really glad that it turned out in her favor. But the thing that I told her all the way through it was, even if you don't win, you learn something very valuable.
Absolutely.
And I also want to commend the boys and the girls. Everybody's always so happy for the person that does win, regardless of them or not. And I think that really does speak to the climate that we're trying to create within the organization. So I talked a lot more about the organization than I normally do, but the award ceremony is such a big night. And we gave out over 100, 150 awards that night. So everybody walked away with something. So shout out to the new inductees, shout out to the team, shout out to Jarvis, all my mentors, all the people that really make the organization work. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. You already know what it is with me. All right. Cool. So that was way more than enough about Lowcountry Youth Services. But check us out, www.lowcountryyouth.org. What's up? Why are you tapping me?
Just this feedback in my ear, so I didn't know.
It's feedback. Well, turn your headphones down.
Thank you.
All right.
I still hear it, but it's okay.
Well,
as long as they can hear.
I turn my headphones down, turn yours down. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear us okay. Let us know if you can't hear us or, if you're having difficulty, please let us know.
Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. That being said, who that? add you on Discord. What up? Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, we don't really do interviews like that. JKJBDADBREEU. But thank you for joining us, and we'd love to have you joining us more often.
But you
from
can
Twitch.
share, some information if you like, any questions or anything like that you may be interested in sharing that you'd like us to talk about on air.
For sure. And we would definitely follow you if you're, well, we're not on Discord, so we can't follow you on Discord. Maybe that's something we'll do in the future. Who knows? All right. So let's get to our inspirational videos of the week. Toya submitted one. I don't have one. So y'all know that we believe that social media is a tool. It can be a tool that can be used for good. It can be a tool that can be used for evil. But we try to make sure that we're highlighting people that are putting out positive messages on social media, because there cannot be too many positive messages. So we want to share this video here from, what's this lady's name, Toya?
I forgot her name, y'all.
It's all right.
Sorry.
She's going to talk to us.
Did not give her credit.
Right, here we go.
Do you ever wonder what it looked like for someone to love you unconditionally? This is what it looks like. What it look like for someone to love you unconditionally?
Why can't I hear
This is what it looks like.
Can y'all hear it? If y'all can hear the video, let us know.
This woman's worth. This woman's worth.
I think it's coming through the wrong channel. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, so I'm just gonna put the link in the comment section. That way, because I want to make sure you guys can hear it, but we cannot hear it at all. So if y'all can hear it, please let us know. Could y'all hear that video? We cannot hear that video at all. I don't know what was happening there. All right, we'll just move on.
It's okay.
But babe, what was the video about? Do you want to talk about it?
Essentially, I feel like you would have to watch it to get the gist of it, but essentially the video.
Oh, she said they can hear it.
Oh.
Why can they hear it and we can't hear it?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's something we pushed earlier. Is it that?
No.
Okay,
So I'll play it again for them.
Yeah,
so
we could just let them hear it.
All right, I'm gonna play it again so y'all can hear it, because I couldn't hear it. But if y'all can hear it, then that's good. All right, sorry about that. Let me pull that up. Right here. Copy. All right.
I'm hoping they also can see it. They should be able to.
All right. No, they can see it for sure. They just couldn't. I couldn't hear it. But I don't know. You just tell me.
Victoria said, "Use your imagination."
Use my imagination. All right,
use
cool.
y'all's imagination.
All right, that sounds good. We'll just use our imagination. I'm gonna use the
gosh.
All right, here we go.
Like for someone to love you unconditionally? This is what it looks like.
This woman's work. This woman's work. I know you've never just can't let it go. Shut me open, but I can't stop. Just make it go away.
Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Whatever that was. I hope y'all really loved it. All right, so you got to talk me through it, because I don't know what it was.
So essentially, they kind of talked in the video in the beginning. The lady that that we don't know the name of right now. I'm gonna have to put her name, but I'm sorry about that. Just to give her credit for the video. But the lady that was on there essentially was just talking about just what it looks like visually to be loved properly. And so they have 3 people depicted: the person that's loving her properly, her, and then just like the world and everything else is like pulling you from left to right and doing all these other things. And so visually it's just a representation of what that looks like. So those of you that were able to see it, definitely, hopefully that made sense. Those of you who weren't able to see it and hear it, we will put the link in the show notes, so you guys can go back and just take a look at it as well. And definitely let us know what your thoughts were on it in the comments.
Okay, well, being loved properly, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I think just honestly, just in the experience of not being loved properly, I'll just go back to that. In the experience of not being loved properly, that means, things are put aside, you're not valued as a person. The world comes before you, all these other things. And so in that scenario, obviously they didn't go through and list like specific things or anything like that, but just being in that situation, kind of just visualizing it and seeing that and being in a situation now where I am, I can understand what that looks like.
So you're saying that you're currently being loved properly?
Yes.
Praise God.
Hey.
All right. High five on that. High five. All right, we'll take high fives and we'll do a little. All right.
Favorite button to push.
Shout out for being loved properly. Listen, because if you didn't, that would have been a problem. All right, cool.
Gosh.
All right, so that's Toya's video. If you guys find videos that you think are really dope and you want us to share, please send them to us.
Yeah.
How can they send them to us, Toya?
You can send it to us by DMing us. You can send it to us by putting them in the chat. You can send it to us by emailing us. So whatever works for you.
How can they email us, Toya?
They can email us at pursuitofforever@gmail.com.
All right.
As of right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also remember, we do have the discussion group, and we will be doing another group discussion very soon.
Yes.
I don't remember the date. I think it's supposed to be this weekend.
I think it's the 20th.
Okay, cool. The 20th.
May need to reschedule.
I think it's the 21st. But if you haven't already joined the discussion group or the email list, please use the link that's in the comment section. We just put it up there. It looks a little something like this. Yeah. All right. We'll do a bit.ly link so it'll look a lot better. But for right now, just use that one there. We have roughly 8 people on the list right now. And we want to make sure we add them because we're working on our first couples retreat. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
Within the next 12 months.
Yeah.
There will be a couples retreat in the Isle of Palms, South Carolina.
Yes, that's where I first want to be. 4
couples and us. Cooked food, facilitated conversations, love, laughter, fun. Join us. Meet us there. All right? All right. So we did that. All right. Top 3 of the week. Babe, top 3. What are the top 3s that you maintain your personal space in our relationship?
Top 3 ways.
Top 3.
Top 3 ways I maintain
your personal space in a healthy relationship.
From me specifically.
You specifically.
Okay.
And I want you guys in the comment section, what are 3 ways that you top 3 ways that you protect and maintain personal space within your relationship or in a healthy relationship?
Yeah.
Go.
My top 3 way is to limit my communication outside of my relationship.
All right.
Regarding my relationship. Another way, I don't know. Just making sure that I have boundaries and that those are known to people outside of my relationship. I'm trying to think of another way. Number 3.
Don't cheat. Top 3 ways you protect your personal space within a healthy relationship.
Just making sure I give myself time to be with myself. I think for me, like self-care and those quiet moments alone are really important for me to kind of like reset myself and be mindful before,
Okay.
any type of conversations. What about you?
Yeah, top 3 ways for me. 1, I think boundaries are very clear, very important. I think I always say clear is kind, unclear is unkind. Brene Brown. Like I'm a big believer in stating what things trigger me, stating the things that bother me, stating the things that I know make me unhappy. And also excuse me, also letting people know, like when I do feel like you're crowding my space. I've told my son, sometimes he's a very like, he'll be like here. And I'm like, dude, like like, please, just, I need space. Like, dame espacio. I mean, dame espacio. Give me space. So that's a big one for me. I think letting people know when they've offended you, and doing it in a way that they can receive it. I think that's another way that I maintain my personal space. And lastly, by knowing coping mechanisms to go with the violations. So when I feel like my personal space has been violated, being able to express it is important, but also recognizing like I still need ways to cope with the fact that I feel violated within my personal space.
Yeah.
So those are 3 things that I do to maintain my personal space.
That's awesome.
All right. All right. And I see, Sharvis, you put some answers in. So we see, he said, keep stuff in house. Communicate effectively. Yep. Define boundaries. See,
yes,
you
that's
are
perfect.
I think you cheat.
I think gold star.
Do you know did somebody send him the answers beforehand?
No.
All right, cool.
No, he's just tapped in.
So of course today's main topic is privacy versus transparency in marriage. So privacy versus transparency in marriage, because let's talk about it, right? Privacy and transparency. Do they go hand in hand?
Yeah.
Say more.
They can. I think they can go hand in hand. I think it really just depends on what you have defined in your relationship. So I know for us coming into our relationship, we thought it was really important for us to be transparent. And that's a part of communication for me, I feel. And so we also discussed like what we wanted in a relationship and the things we didn't want in a relationship. And that was also transparent on our end. And then as far as like privacy is concerned, I think we also discussed like the things that we deemed private. We talked about like passwords. We talked about like different things that, you know, would require privacy, I guess, if you, you know, said you needed it. But we haven't, like, I don't believe we've had a situation where it's been like, hey, I need my privacy, please leave type stuff. Like we haven't done that. I think we just do a pretty good job of just having communication and kind of saying, hey, I need 5 minutes or I need time or whatever, but not in a way where we're like, I need privacy specifically, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like we've asked for our time and I think we have enough free time away from each other that it's not something that we necessarily do in that way, if that makes sense.
So let's talk about like privacy in general. So in a relationship, what things do you think should be private? I mean private from your spouse.
Things that should be private from your spouse. I mean, I don't know. I would think in the dating phase, there can be things that you deem private as you're trying to weigh if this person is somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. But I think there's nothing that should be private between you and your spouse. I think you should have the ability, like the confidence and the ability to be who you are and to share all of who you are with the person that you're married to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a given. I mean, I know that takes time, but I think you go through that in the dating phase, not in your marriage.
So are you saying like once you're married, the privacy sort of ends within the relationship and it's more so the relationship being privatized against the rest of the world?
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I can see.
Do you agree with that?
I don't disagree with it. Charvis made the point earlier, and you also said, you know, that the importance of sort of knowing how to keep things in house. There's certain things that we deal with that only we need to know that we're dealing with.
Right.
Okay, I see what you're going. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there. We'll get there. So I can see that. I can see that. I can see that being the case. Where, because I can't think of anything I would want to keep private from you.
Yeah, like I mean, even like Charvis's post where he's like body counts or like past escapades, like those type of conversations, I feel like you have, if you're gonna have them, they should be had in your relationship, like in your early stages of your relationship where you're where you are dating.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like when you're married, these are things that you start asking questions about. Like I think if those type of things are things you have questions about, they should be asked in the early stages of your relationship. Yeah. Don't wait until you're married to start asking questions like, yeah, what's your body count number? Like, no. Those are questions that need to be asked in the beginning. I think those are just, if it's something that's important to you, that's just as important as asking questions like about people's family relationships. Like what's your relationship with your mom? What's your relationship with your dad? You know, what's up with your credit? Like those type of things, those conversations I think should be had in the beginning.
You cooking. No, I think so. That one specifically, like body count and you know past escapades, like I think you nailed it. And to the points, like I don't even want to repeat it because you already said it.
Well, thank you,
So
man.
great job. All right, let's see. So let's see. We got some more questions. So do you remember a time that we struggled to find the line between honesty and oversharing?
No.
I don't think we did either.
No, I feel like we actually truly love each other. Like we are best friends.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. Some people may be like, oh my gosh, that's oversharing. Like, no, like I want to tell my best friend everything. So like there's nothing that I think is oversharing.
Well, what about
like you might think it's oversharing, I guess, like when I'm giving you like I'm just giving you too much information. Maybe
okay.
like that,
So let's reposition it then because we do definitely talk to each other.
Yeah.
So let's think about it from the standpoint of transparency with the world. Because we love out loud.
We
we live and we love out loud. But what part of it what is the barrier, a boundary between living out loud and being transparent about the fact that we do love each other and we do enjoy hanging out with each other. We do enjoy, like, we do love our lives.
Yeah.
And when does it get into the, like, oh, now we're oversharing about our relationship, about our marriage? Like, what, to you, what would be something to be like, okay, that's a little too much?
So for me, I think anything that we have not previously had a conversation about sharing. So for instance, there are things that we've shared on the podcast just that I would share with people that I normally would talk to.
Yeah.
Just, you know, as a way of, you know, kind of just like building camaraderie and being like, oh, well, you know, like I also too went through this thing.
Yeah.
But for me, I think if one of those things were shared, like something aside from that was shared with the world and it wasn't something we discussed needed to be shared with them, or we discussed before how either one of us felt about it being shared.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think if we were to share something that was like really emotionally charged within our marriage, like if something like, you know, something you told me something that was like a big secret in your life, or something like
super
that,
traumatic that I
and I shared that, I think that would be a boundary breaker. You know, I think the way we deal with like sex in our relationship and stuff is very, we keep that really in house about that stuff. I think that would be a boundary in our marriage. And that, of course, and when we talk about stuff, I always want to make sure I preface, we're not saying that what we do is for everybody else. We're just saying for us, like that's just not something we talk about publicly. I mean, like that's not something we do. I think that would be one. Previous relationships, like we don't talk about our like she doesn't talk about her ex-husband.
Like specific.
Like I wouldn't talk about your ex-husband to people.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't expect you to talk about my ex-wife to people.
Yeah. I also think too, like there's some things I think, like we said, boundary wise, there are some things I would feel comfortable sharing, but there's some things that just don't even have a need to be shared in my mind.
No, but I mean, like even from the standpoint of like, though we are divorced from other people, there's still a level of respect that I have that I would not put their information out there.
Absolutely.
And I think you're the same way.
Absolutely.
So that would be a difference between like transparency and privacy.
Right. Yeah. Maliciously, anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Thank you, Charles. We appreciate you, man. Thank you. We trying to make sure it's something that you guys can use.
Yeah.
What is something for you guys that, just thinking, you know, with the audience, what are some things to you that would be a breach of privacy? That's sort of that borderline is like, okay, in our relationship, these are things that sort of are off limits for us. Even I'll keep going. On our end, like when it comes to our kids, it's certain things about our kids I'm not sharing. If my kid got some real stuff going on, no, I'm not broadcasting that to the world because that's our family stuff. That's family business.
Absolutely. And I think also too, like when you're thinking about like other people, like that needs to come into play. Like I'm not going to share something that somebody hasn't given me the okay to share. That's not my story to tell.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like there are things that people share in their own time when they want to share them, and they share them with you if they feel comfortable sharing it with you, and they don't share it with you to share it with the world.
Right.
You know, so I think just being mindful of that as well is important.
Okay. All right, cool. So Toya, tonight we have five healthy ways to balance between privacy and transparency.
Yes.
Privacy and transparency. Ooh, I love that. Playing with the divorce word. Listen, Paula Toya, this is so good. And I want to say why. because people do a lot of that, like that Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Before I even get to that, people do a lot of that Chicken Little.
Not the Chicken Little, the plain chicken.
No, I call it Chicken Little because the sky is falling. That's Chicken Little.
No, I feel like plain chicken specifically because it's like
I'll leave.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and we're gonna go back and forth
Like,
and
no,
see
I'll
if
leave.
you're really gonna do
No,
it.
I'll
Like,
leave.
yeah, no.
We don't do that. No.
Yeah.
And again, not making us better than anybody else, but it is about the fact that that's not an option.
Yeah, why would you even? Yeah, those.
That's
type of
not
things
an
are
option
just
here. Like
not
we are
necessary.
in this.
Yeah,
We are in this, and this
Right.
is something that like we might have an argument. We're gonna disagree, but we're in this. Escape is not an option.
right.
Escape is not an option. So like even when things get difficult, things get a little hard. Yeah, no, that's to me, that's a boundary for me. So yeah, I see Jarvis said initially we didn't speak on finances. You didn't speak on finances within your relationship or outside of your relationship. That's a different question. Please give me one on that one. And then we don't speak that negatively into our marriage.
Yeah,
it's not a
negatively.
joke. It's not funny.
Absolutely.
Big believer in it. No, we not at all. That we don't play with that
Yeah.
at all. All right. So okay, 5 ways. Now y'all know the rules, right? Toya, what are the rules?
The rules are, as we go through and list the different tips, we want you guys to write out in the chat what the tips are to help everybody else as we go along. So 5 healthy ways to balance privacy and transparency. So number 1.
Number 1, establish clear boundaries together. Establish clear boundaries together. Why it helps? It helps because it aligns expectations and prevents misunderstandings. So establish clear, blah, blah, blah. Establish clear boundaries together, all right? It aligns expectations and prevents misunderstandings, all right? So how do you implement it? You discuss your boundaries about phone access, time alone, social media, early, and often. What worked in the beginning may change, right? When me and Toya first started dating, I don't think I was on Facebook.
No.
No, because I didn't get on Facebook 2009.
Yeah, no. I'm like,
So-
was there even Facebook?
So
I don't know. If there
Facebook
even
was not a
Facebook when
concern when we first started
dating.
dating. So we never had Facebook to consider.
Yeah.
And then 2009, I became on Facebook. And so now that's a new element that we have to consider. And and we've talked about, some incidents that have happened in the past in previous episodes. If something happens that changes the way we feel about this format or the way it's being used, have a conversation.
Yeah.
Revisit. Hey, I know I said I was cool with this. I'm not cool with it anymore, and I want you to know why.
Yeah.
But
I thought I was cool with it, but I'm
right,
actually not.
I'm not as cool as I thought
Yeah.
I was. Like, I don't want you doing this.
Mhm.
And enter with your ears open. Understand, right? It's a process. All right, 2.
Number 2, be transparent about intentions. Be transparent about intentions. Why this helps? It builds trust by making your actions clear and your motives clear. So how you're going to implement this, you're going to let your partner know when you need space and why you need space. So it doesn't feel like it's a secret. Secrecy is not something you want to have in your relationship. Well, secrecy is not a really beneficial thing in your relationship.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to be transparent about the things you intend to do. And the reason you're going to let them know is because they may think you're being secret. They may have problems with that. That might be a trigger for them. So the more clear you can be, the better you can be.
Also, you can't assume that people know your intentions.
Yeah.
Like that is one of the biggest mistakes that we make in relationships is we say, oh, well, they should know. They should know. They should know. No, they don't know. Unless you are transparent about the intentions, they may assume the worst. They may have had traumas and triggers that make them think that anytime somebody does something,
Right.
it is for a negative reason. And
Right.
sometimes you have to take the time to establish the relationship just to de-weaponize that.
Right.
And say, hey, no, I love you. This is good for both of us, and this is why. Right? So be transparent. I love that, babe.
Yeah.
All right. Number
Next.
3, avoid the nothing to hide trap. Avoid the nothing to hide trap. Why it helps. It recognizes that healthy privacy isn't hiding, it's self-care. How to implement. Give your partner grace when they need time or solitude. So if you got a partner that's like, yo, I just need some time alone, give them that time.
Yeah.
Give them that space. Hey, I just need some time to process. Give them that time. Give them that space. Don't be in the back. We ready to talk now? You ready to talk now? You want to? Can I come back in the room now? Like, no. Let me be. If I'm not out here doing something crazy, just let me chill, right? So avoid. If you got nothing to hide, then you should. Then this should be easy. Just give me some time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Number 4, build a culture of daily check-ins. Build a culture of daily check-ins. So this helps because it's going to keep you both connected without constant surveillance. You do not need to surveil the person that you're with. You're going to keep in contact by having those touch points. Hey, how's your day? How did your day go? What happened today? And then in turn, the other person does the same thing. So you check in. So you're going to implement it, like we just said, by asking questions. How are you feeling today? Is there anything on your mind? Oh, something happened at work. Would you want to share? What can I do?
Yeah.
What do you need from me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also, this is something I meant to talk about earlier and I didn't. So I just want to sort of put a pause right there and just say June is Men's Mental Health Month.
Yes.
And these daily check-ins, we often take for granted, whether it be, and I'm a victim, you know, I'm guilty of it as well. You know, how's things going? How you feeling? I'm cool. I'm good.
Yeah.
Everything's great. When inside I'm fighting all kinds of things. Fellas, when they ask these questions, be intentional about really, if something happened, take the time to let your lady know.
Yeah. If
we
you're feeling away.
Back to privacy, right? Transparent, just being transparent. I've been dealing with some stuff over the last month. And I didn't let Toya know. I was not transparent.
Yeah.
I maintained my privacy in it. But there was a reason.
Right.
It's just that I didn't express that to you.
Right.
And so when I did feel comfortable enough to make some kind of statement about it, I didn't make it to Toya.
Yeah.
And I can see how that would be hurtful. Because you are my best friend.
Yeah.
You are the person that I confide in for most things.
Right.
It's just when it comes to certain things, just back to that, nothing to hide, being transparent about intentions. I had to be transparent with my intentions. Like when I have something that I'm dealing with that is involving other people, I tend to protect those people because I know that when I'm over it and I'm past it and I'm in a good space and I'm good, you're still going to be mad at those people.
Yeah.
Because your first intention is to protect me.
Yeah.
And I did express that, to you, after we
Yeah.
had a discussion about it. But when we were doing our check-ins, our daily, when hey babe, how did they go? What's going on? I didn't share, and that wasn't fair. So just something, again, this podcast not only is designed to help y'all, it's designed to help us.
Yeah.
It's to help us to see ourselves as well. So fellas, June's Men's Mental Health Month, please go to therapy, answer the questions, be honest with yourself and your spouse when they have those daily check-ins. That's number 4, build a culture of daily check-ins.
Thank you for your transparency in that situation.
Oh, no problem. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 5. 5th and final, trust first, verify only when needed. Trust first, verify only when needed, right? Why did it help? It shows respect for autonomy while protecting a relationship. If I told you that I did something, trust that I did it, unless you have a reason to believe that I didn't.
Right.
If I told you that my intentions were good on something, trust that my intentions were good. Of course, this doesn't apply to all relationships. I'm talking about in marriage. If you're married to somebody, you should be able to trust them. So until you have a reason to not trust them, trust them. But if you need to verify, do it, right? So again, shows respect for autonomy while protecting a relationship. How to implement: lead with trust and address red flags directly if they arise. If they're saying that something's happening and there's a repeated pattern of that thing not being true or not seeming true, yeah, hey, you're telling me that you're going to this place here, and I don't believe that you're going to that place. What's going on? Or you're having this conversation, having conversations with people, and you're telling me that there's nothing strange about it.
Right.
But for some reason, you have to move your phone every time you're texting them, or you have calls in your phone and you get off the phone right before you walk in the house.
Mhm.
What's that about? If there are red flags that are popping up that are breaking your boundaries, say something.
Yeah. I think we had a conversation this week. I like the trust first, verify only when needed.
Mhm.
We had a conversation earlier this week when we were just talking about like are people trustworthy immediately?
Mm.
And so I feel like in the conversation that I was having, I was like, yeah, like I feel like, I provide people trust. Like you start with trust in the situation. And then as things happen, like you said, the red flags start popping up, the math ain't mathing, like it's not matching, stuff is not matching up,
Yeah.
then yeah, that starts to dwindle down.
Yeah. No, I agree to that. I have trust issues.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm married to you, I should definitely have a certain level of trust that you earlier, or at least telling me what you're saying.
Right.
And like I said, when things pop up, I will talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to Paula Toria's comment.
Okay.
So she said, I think sometimes it's hard for men because they want to keep their work and home separate.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to bring the silliness they deal with at work, home, and instead they leave it in the car and pick it back up when they get back in the car. And that's absolutely the case for me,
Yeah.
Paula Toria. I don't like bringing my work nonsense home because I care about people and because I genuinely want to not bring extra nonsense. I also believe that, probably erroneously, that most things I can just deal with on my own without anybody's help. And again, erroneous. And that's something I'm working on. You got to know your strengths, know your weaknesses. And, that's one that's shown to be a weakness for me. I am working on it. I am starting therapy. I actually did therapy this week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I did it for
Yeah.
the first time yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
which was really cool. And I would recommend anyone under the sound of my voice to look into it, especially my Black men out there. There are a lot of narratives that Black men don't go to therapy because we don't, we think we're Superman. We think we can carry everything, but we can't. So I just want to make a plea to every Black man out there, especially during June, during Men's Mental Health Month. Please go see a therapist, or at least have a trusted adult or trusted adult. Talking to these kids, trusted friend
Safe
that you can go to, that will be a safe space for you and will allow you to sort of release some of the things you hold inside, because men are dying of suicide like every day. I forgot the number, but I want to say it was over 9,000. It might have been large, like more like 40,000. I don't want to lie, but it's a very high number of men that have died of suicide just since this year started. And it's because a lot of times we're not doing these things. We are prioritizing our privacy over our transparency, even within our marriages. So please, if you're going through something, either have yourself a good friend that's a really good listener and can provide you some good game, or a therapist. That's just really good. And Paula Toria, therapy is healing to the soul. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. All right. So this week's, remember, just to go recap, you want to recap the 5?
Sure. Number 1 is to, I forgot what number 1 was.
Boundaries.
Establish your boundaries. Number 2, be transparent about your intentions. Number 3, avoid the nothing to hide trap. Number 5, daily check-ins. Number 6, trust. I'm sorry. Number 5 was number 4. Sorry, my brain, y'all. I'm tired. Number 4, daily check-ins. Number 5, trust first. Verify if you need to.
Right. So this week's listener challenge, of course, we're doing listener challenges every week.
Mm-hmm.
Your challenge this week, listeners and viewers.
Yes.
Talk with your partner about what privacy means to each of you, and choose one way to honor that understanding and how you relate this week. All right. Talk with your partner about what privacy means to you, and then choose one way to honor that understanding and how you relate this week. All right. You want to do a reminder?
So remember, guys, transparency builds trust, but privacy protects your identity. healthy love, make space for both. You can have both. You can have privacy, you can be who you are, and you still can build trust.
For sure, for sure. Thank you for that, babe. You did a great job. We don't have any questions to answer yet. If y'all have any questions that you'd like for us to answer, if you have a situation that you'd sort of like us to talk about anonymously, of course, please shoot us that through the email address, which is pursuit of forever, pursuits of forever spelled all the way out, at gmail.com. Anything for you, babe?
No, I feel like time always goes by so fast.
Time does go by fast.
Like I felt like I really enjoyed this conversation. I think we could talk about it more.
For sure. We definitely could.
Yeah.
But our time's up.
Our time is up.
So we're going to end tonight's podcast. We hope you guys really enjoyed it. Oh, we didn't do our songs of the week, Toya.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we got to do our songs of the week. All right, so Pursuit of Forever Date Night playlist. Make sure you check it out. Both on Apple Music as well as Spotify. My Pursuit of Forever, my song for this week is 1+1 by Beyonce. I'll play a little bit for y'all. Well, hopefully y'all can hear it. Is it playing?
I don't see it on the screen.
It is not on the screen. That is weird.
Isn't it this one?
Oh, is it? No, it's not muted. Okay. Well, maybe that's all right. That's all right. We won't have this on this week. I don't know what's going on with my computer. We'll figure that out. But I want to thank you all for tuning in this week. Where's my theme music? Thank y'all so much for tuning in this week to another impactful episode.
Be sure to follow us on all platforms at Pursuit of Forever.
And make sure you guys let us know how your challenge goes. We would love to hear from you guys how things are going, especially with this transparency versus privacy conversation.
And then make sure, as we said before, to email your questions or your wins to pursuitofforever@gmail.com.
And remember, forever is worth the work. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Thank y'all so much, y'all. God bless you.
Guys.
And goodbye.
Have a great day.